WWRR, Scranton, Wilkes-Barre, WMMZ, Berwick, Bloomsburg, Hazleton, WYCK, Plains.
Powered by Mohegan Sun Poano.
The River, 105 and 103.5.
This is Music on the Menu on the River.
Timothy, where on earth did you go?
Featuring Northeast PA's best artists.
Maybe, never mind. She can move me like the stereo, like a song on the radio. She's an angel in the morning, yeah, that's right.
And now, here's your host, Alan K. Stout.
So I got that going for me, which is nice.
All right, everybody. Happy Sunday night. Welcome to Music on the Menu on the River. Alan K. Stout, as I always am, Sunday nights, 9 to 10 o'clock, bringing you regional artists doing their own original material from right here in northeastern Pennsylvania. Hanging out with D.C. Taylor. D.C., how are you?
All right, Alan, how's it going? You've had a pretty busy week music-wise, haven't you?
I did, and I feel like I have my concert voice right now.
Right. I noticed that.
Did you know? We pre-record the show sometimes, so I saw Kiss in Hershey last night. So that's the voice being shot, which is a wonderful thing. And
poor fella.
Bethel Woods, I caught Ringo Starr last Friday night for the 50th anniversary of Woodstock. And so, it was amazing to be up there at that historic site on the 50th anniversary of such a milestone event, see a member of the Beatles, see a guy from Santana playing with him. I did write about it, and I know that the River shared the commentary that I wrote. Thanks for that.
Sure,
and funny thing too is DC is the Weekender ran it as well, and I was very spontaneous that one. I mean, I thought we'll talk about the Kiss show a little bit later during the show a little bit, but Bethel Woods, I went up to see Rod Stewart, and I was standing at the monument and looking at the field, and it occurred to me that the anniversary would be in 2 years. And it kind of got in my head right then. I got to come back up here in 2019. And so that's why, as we talked about on the show before, all the stuff with the Woodstock being canceled, all summer headlines kind of got on my nerves because I knew Bethel was doing something, and Bethel did something.
Of course.
And so I'm sitting in my office that Friday, I guess it was the 15th, and 16th, I guess. And it was like lunchtime or so, and I just said, I'm just going,
Nice.
And I drove up there with no intention to write about it or anything, really. But, of course, once you get up there, my wheels start spinning like a rider, and I start thinking about how I got to write about it. And so it was a lot of fun.
Good.
To kind of document what an amazing weekend it was in Bethel Woods for Woodstock. And, we'll talk about it a little bit later, how I wind up doing things like that sometimes. But I want to get this show rolling with some new music. Maybe what a better way to honor the spirit of Woodstock, really, than to do what we've been doing the last couple of weeks and play nothing but new music.
Nice.
Because that's what that was all about. Even though we could look back at Woodstock with a nice sense of nostalgia, that's certainly not what we're about here on Sunday night. So we're going to do another show for you tonight, just as we've done the last couple of weeks, where we're going to play pretty much nothing but brand new songs. This one's from Sierra Celerari. This one's called You're Through.
Eyes are on fire from finally seeing the light. You can't stand it when someone puts up a
Hey, this is Steven from Black Tie Stereo. You're listening to Music on the Menu with Alan K. Stout on The River.
I've always kept myself protected, but it seems like you're an exception. And it's been kind of hard to mention that I get lost in your affection. I can't hold it in the way I feel for you, but the list is never ending. What we could do. My heart don't beat the same when I'm with you. Something about you, girl, I just can't get it off my mind. With you 2 steps ahead, and I'm about to be behind. I wanna love somebody like got my head turning, catching my eye, like cars colliding as I drive by. And I've been hoping that you don't mind if I come meet you on the south side. You would never know the way I break into, but I get put back together when I'm here with you. Something about you, girl, I just can't get it off my mind. With you 3 steps ahead, and I'm another beat behind. I wanna love somebody like somebody I wanna tell you, I want you, I need you. Say that you need me too. I wanna tell you, I want you, I need you. I need someone like you. I wanna tell you, I want you, I need you. Say that you need me too. Oh, I wanna tell you, I want you, I need you. I need somebody like, somebody like. Somebody like, somebody like you.
Black Tie Stereo here on Music on the Menu on the River. Brand new song called Somebody Like You. And before that, brand new music from Sierra Celerari with a song called You're Through. And that is from her brand new record, which just came out. And that record is called Far From Weak. Hanging out with here with DC Taylor and talking about some of the stuff I had going on outside of local music last week with Kiss at Hershey on the End of the Road tour and the 50th anniversary of Woodstock. You know, sometimes people ask me when I'm out, I saw you wrote about a story, I saw you did this, you know, I didn't know you were still doing that, or some didn't know I ever stopped.
Right.
You know? No, I actually left the paper 7 years ago. Yeah. You know, but basically, DC, you know, what I'm doing is exactly what I thought I would do when I left the paper in 2011. I left on really nice terms, and I thought that if I could maintain a nice relationship there with that paper and other people that work in newspapers in the community, that I could freelance. Mm-hmm. And so I parachute in. I admit it. I covered every concert in this area for about 15 years at every venue. Yeah. So now, I'll do the Billy Joel or the Paul McCartney or some of the other ones that I've done the last couple of years, Springsteen or Kiss, or go up in Bethel and write about it. And that's kind of what I always envisioned that I would do. Yeah. Rod Stewart or a Sting. I did up-and-coming bands and local bands. And so at this point, that's what I enjoy doing, is kind of cherry-picking them. And fortunately, the newspaper. The funny thing about the Weekender one with this week with Woodstock was I didn't even ask the editor if he wanted the story until Monday.
Right.
Because I said, if you want this, I'll write it tonight after work. And so I did. And knowing he had to put the paper together on Tuesday because it comes out, I wanted to say, wound up being on the cover. I had no idea it was going to be the cover story. It's the second time that happened to me this year. Yeah. The Weekender.
Yep. Yeah.
And I sent him a little collage that just ran with my blog and some other single pictures, and it was on the cover. So I got to pick up the cover of the Weekender, and I'm there on at the monument.
That's great.
I just
you put together some nice stuff and like very nice and they're just like, well, great. We don't have to do any work. Alan did it for us.
I didn't think they would use that at all. Maybe on the inside, I didn't even know it was going to be the cover. I thought, if you need some artwork for an inside story, it is nice to have left the paper full time anyway on nice terms and to be able to contribute some stories and have them played nicely in the paper. I do appreciate that, and having that relationship with a newspaper, the Times Leader and the Weekender, that was a big part of my life for a good portion of my life is pretty cool. Yeah. This is a guy that I saw down in Hershey the other night, a guy named Adam Knowlton. I bumped into him at the concert. Well, actually, I knew he was going to the concert, so we kind of made plans to meet up and say hello. Yeah. And it kind of parlays to how I decided to cover that concert. I like Kiss. Everybody knows I like Kiss.
Of course.
I've written about Kiss a lot. And so for me to go down and review the Kiss concert, and it was great because they're really good at what they do, obviously. Yeah. I almost felt like no one would care to read that. Alan wrote a good Kiss review. What's that, the 10th one? Yeah, it probably would have been. I know, I'm not dumb. And so I decided, let's take another angle. And so anybody that hit me up on Facebook or was saying they're going down the show, I got together with them. And I let them talk about it. And Adam is one of them. So that's going to be coming out in the Weekender on Wednesday. Nice. So it's called Atmosphere. It's a different way of covering something. Instead of doing a review, you paint a picture and you get some commentary from some other people. And I had a lot of fun doing that. And so you'll be reading some comments from Adam and his girlfriend, as long as a bunch of other people in the Weekender on Wednesday. This is a brand new one from Adam. It's called Devil in Me.
On my shoulder, a thought crossed my mind. I know that it's wrong, and I ask myself why. This can't keep going on. Am I losing my mind? I keep on praying, oh please Lord, tell me why. I can't get these voices out of my started from youth, now they lie in my bed. All my broken angels left me for dead. Is it a nightmare or a dream? Maybe it's the devil in me. On my shoulder and knows what I fear. Whispers to me when my thoughts aren't so clear. Why does he always do this to me? I keep on praying, oh please Lord, set me free.
Brett Alexander, and you're listening to Music on the Menu with Alan K. Stout on the River.
Sitting on a high cliff broad. I feel for your body, but enough's enough. It's the law of the jungle, yeah, it's destiny. What you call lies, I call history. And maybe someday it will turn around, but it's been so a bite of a second course, riding in the belly of an iron horse. Albert Einstein cried out loud, standing in the desert with a mushroom cloud. Power, or you might find joy, but you won't find both. Do you hear me, boy? And maybe someday it will turn around, but it's been so long. Good and evil go prancing across a great divorce, running everybody over like an iron horse. Destiny's far. It's a way of such thing. There's a winner and a loser in everything. And maybe someday it will turn around, but it's been so long. Good and evil go prancing across a great divorce, running everybody over like an iron horse. Running everybody over like an iron horse. Running everybody over like an iron horse.
Gentleman East here on Music on the Menu on the River with a brand new track called Iron Horse, all-star band featuring Brett Alexander, Ron Tomasic, Paul Smith of the Badleys fame, and Aaron Fink from Breaking Benjamin. Brand new track. I told you last week when we premiered it, they just dropped out on social media about a week and a half ago, I guess, and we got it right on the radio for you. Before that, Adam Knowlton, brand new song called Devil in Me. He had released an album last year called Jokers and Thieves. Mm-hmm. Or was it earlier this year? Relatively recently, but he's already doing new stuff, and so nice to see Adam moving forward on his music. And it was nice to see him down in Hershey. A beautiful night down there for Kiss's End of the Road show at Hershey Stadium. We're going to take a quick break now. When we get back, we'll have more brand new music, so stick around.
The Woodlands is celebrating 50 years. Do you believe it? 50 years. For 2 generations of the Kornfeld family, there's a pretty good chance that you or someone you know slept in one of their beds. Over those 50 years, most of you came out and partied with them on the deck for 5 Day, or inside the 25th Hour, or Evolution nightclubs. For 5 decades, how many of you have dined in their legendary Left Bank Bistro or Time Restaurant? And in half of a century, thousands of you celebrated your first dance in the Grand Ballroom. For 50 years, the Woodlands has been reinventing itself, and they're not done yet. Now, they're proud to introduce the area's newest outdoor wedding venue, the Bridal Gardens, and the creation of their Streamside Apartments. The Woodlands wants to thank all of you who got them there and invite you to swing by for sushi, grab some pizza, listen to some live music, or just stop in for a cocktail. They're not slowing down. They promise. They're just getting started. Check them out at thewoodlandsresort.com.
All right, we're back here on Music on the Menu on the River. We're going to play a song for you now from the Phyllis Hopkins Electric Trio from her brand new record, From My Soul. Phyllis is a musician from the Pittston area. In addition to being a great vocalist and songwriter, she's also a really good guitarist. She gives guitar lessons at Rock Street Music, and she's really one of the finer blues artists in our region. She's been doing it for a while now. Great song called From the Outside. Check it out.
One thing I know for sure is that with you I could do anything I put my mind to best, yeah. And I know some days can be very challenging. I'm here to tell you, baby, I won't change a thing. I was on the outside, 1,000 miles away from you, on the outside. Freeze it cold till you let me in. 'Cause I found the right man, he's gonna carry me through, yeah. Thing I love about you, baby's way you take care of me the way that you do. Sitting in on rainy days, watching reruns of our favorite shows. I don't wish for anything, 'cause everything I need I have with you. I was on the outside, 1,000 miles away from you, on the outside. Freeze the cold till you let me in, on the outside, 1,000 miles away from you, outside. Freeze the cold till you let me in. Sometimes late in the evening, I feel so down, almost level to the ground. But I'm so glad I met you, and I can't wait to wrap my arms around you. I'm so glad we took this chance, baby. Cause I found the right man, he's gonna carry me through. You changed my heart, changed my soul, changed my life, changed my role, changed my love, you made me whole. I was on the outside, 1,000 miles away from you, on the outside. Freeze the cold till you let me in, on the outside. 1,000 miles away from you, outside. Freezing cold, yeah, till you let me in.
Hey, this is Shannon Marciata, and you're listening to Music on the Menu with Alan K. Stout on The River.
Most times I lose, but sometimes I win. It makes all that choosing this wrong in the end. Whoa, believe me, love don't come round often. But babe, when it does, you know I've been caught falling. I'm go nowhere so fast. Tonight you're right by my side, and I know you got my back. I'm caught falling. I'm caught falling when you spin me round and take flight. You caught me falling when you gave on me tonight. Yeah, you caught me falling.
Shannon Marciata here on Music on the Menu on the River with a song called Caught Falling from her brand new record, Oceans. And before that, brand new music from Phyllis Hopkins and the Electric Trio, a song called The Outside. We're going to play another new one for you here right now. This is from Ellie Rose. She's a very young singer-songwriter. I think I mentioned it on the show before. I don't think Ellie's 21 yet. I think she might be 19 or 20 years old. I've seen her perform a few times. She recently had a successful CD release party at Tony's Wine Cellar, and doing other gigs throughout the region and some other music venues, and doing great. Nice buzz on Ellie. This track called Broken String.
I pull and tug again on the heartstrings of my friends. These hearts are breaking time after time. But this can't be where it ends. I make empty promises, made by lonely, lonely nights. Whispering words in the shadows. Isn't my heart a sigh? But I tell you this, I'm telling you why a broken heart. 'Cause I pull and tear and make broken strings so that I can keep you here. But all I do is force broken strings. I break the things I love. Things like me and you. Can't you see I am drowning in the dark?
Hey, this is Tom Flannery, and you're listening to Music on the Menu with Alan K. Stout on the River.
I never really knew just what made me come here. Just got tired of walking in place. Woke up to the sun in my eyes. Took all day to see your face. This time I'm finally gonna let go and surrender to the sound of no more expectations and your love just lying around. I never really knew just what made me hang on. Would letting go and work before slipping out of bedroom windows, sliding between back porch doors. But now I finally wanna lay down, sleep forever in your arms, and home is where the heart is, girl. Let it beat among your charms. Too much thinking ain't such a bad thing, but can surely get in the way. Between the words stuck in my head and the ones I'm brave enough to say. But now I finally wanna lay down, sleep forever in your arms. At home is where the heart is, girl. Let it beat among your charms. I never really knew just what time could do to a head bouncing off a cloud. Like a tattoo you'll soon regret when you're naked in a crowd. I can see just where this is going, 'cause the coast is finally clear. No need to leave a light on, 'cause I'm already here. Hey!
Tom Flannery and the Shillelaghs here on Music on the Menu on the River with a brand new song called I Never Really Knew, and that is from their brand new record, Peace and Love and Dollar Points. That band is from up Scranton, Lackawanna County. And before that, brand new music from Ellie Rose, a song called Broken Strings. Every single tune that we played you here tonight has not only been a song that's come out in 2019, but probably a song that we've received over the past, 4, 5, 6 weeks. So lots of great new music coming our way. We appreciate it. We're going to take a quick break now. We'll be back in a flash, so stick around.
The Woodlands is celebrating 50 years. Do you believe it? 50 years. For 2 generations of the Kornfeld family, there's a pretty good chance that you or someone you know slept in one of their beds. Over those 50 years, most of you came out and partied with them on the deck for 5 Day, or inside the 25th Hour, or Evolution nightclubs. For 5 decades, how many of you have dined in their legendary Left Bank Bistro or Time Restaurant? And in half of a century, thousands of you celebrated your first dance in the Grand Ballroom. For 50 years, the Woodlands has been reinventing itself, and they're not done yet. Now, they're proud to introduce the area's newest outdoor wedding venue, the Bridal Gardens, and the creation of their Streamside Apartments. The Woodlands wants to thank all of you who got them there and invite you to swing by for sushi, grab some pizza, listen to some live music, or just stop in for a cocktail. They're not slowing down. They promise. They're just getting started. Check them out at thewoodlandsresort.com.
All right, we're back here on Music on the Menu on the River. We're going to play a tune for you now that we just premiered last week by R.J. Scout and a song called Back in the Old Days. R.J. is a veteran area singer-songwriter musician from out in the Knoxon area. You know, DC, these areas in our community, they're getting known for little things. You know, we got the Pierogi Festival in Edwardsville and the Kielbasa Festival in Plymouth. Knoxon, of course, known for that Rattlesnake Roundup.
Yep.
They still do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. Guys go out into the woods and catch rattlesnakes with their bare hands or something like that.
Yeah,
Crazy.
I believe so. I've not yet experienced it.
RJ and I actually had a little spat on Facebook the other night. He's a good guy, and I posted something about gun control, something with the president, and I'm very pro strict gun control when it comes to automatic weapons. RJ, I found that is a very Second Amendment guy. Yeah. So we got into it for a little bit. And then it was getting too late and the thread was getting too long. And I just had to take it down because you can't go to sleep in the middle of a discussion. And you don't want your phone pinging all night on your and so I was just like, okay, enough. We both made our point. And that's okay. That's how you learn about each other. I learned a lot about how people think. It's not so much about taking their hunting rifles or pistols. It's about protecting yourself from your own government, and it's stuff I never really thought about. I disagree with it, but it's interesting to. The only way we can learn and maybe move forward is to talk. Yeah. So it's all good, man. RJ Scout, song called Back in the Old Days.
Turn down your TV, shut off your your
singing them good vibrations. Don't bring me down. Yeah, sitting in the house all day, just playing for the sunlight to come my way. Yeah, sitting there playing this song, playing not to get it wrong, singing them good vibes, good vibes, good vibrations. Don't bring me down. Yeah, singing them good vibrations. Don't bring me down. Don't bring me down. Oh, see myself and I don't like what I see. Oh, trying to change my life, it ain't easy. Said I know, but I'm getting strong. Oh, strong enough to take on. Singing them good vibes, baby, and the good vibrations. Oh, don't bring me down, no, no, yeah. Oh, singing them good vibrations. Don't bring me down, oh, don't bring me down. My life, yeah. And I can't please no one man. It's gonna change my mind. I could live this way, and I could play my own role, and I could keep it going. I can hold on, singing them good vibes, nothing but good vibrations, yeah. Don't bring me down, singing them good vibes, oh, nothing but good vibrations. Oh, don't bring me down, oh, yeah. Good vibes, oh, singing them good vibrations. Don't bring me down, oh, I'm singing them good vibrations. Don't bring me down, oh, yeah. I'm singing them good vibes, good vibes. Oh, damn, don't bring me down.
Mama, take this badge off of me. I can't use it anymore. No, no, I can't. It's getting too dark for me to see. Me to see. It feels like I'm knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Oh, Lord. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Mama put these guns in the ground, in the ground. I can't shoot them anymore, no, no, I can't. A long black cloud is hanging down on me now. It feels like I'm knocking on heaven's door. Oh, knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Oh, Lord, I'm knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. I once was lost, but now I sure am found. I walk this road of life, sometimes it's dark and cold, but now I find myself at the door of the Lord, and I'm knocking. I'm knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Oh, Lord, knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. I'm knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door.
Ed Randazzo here on Music on the Menu on the River with a cover of Bob Dylan's Knocking on Heaven's Door. Before that, Good Vibrations from Young Lion. And before that, R.J. Scouten with a song called Back in the Old Days. Kind of played those last two, Knocking on Heaven's Door and Young Lion, kind of thinking of the Bethel thing again. What a great week it was up there at Weekend, D.C.
Mhm.
Obviously, Dylan was living in the Catskills at the time. They were kind of hoping to get him there.
Yeah.
And he was... big. He didn't play Woodstock, but he was definitely a big part of that era and time. And Good Vibrations is what it was all about.
That's right.
That's for sure. Leave you now as I always do with the Badleys. I'm playing the new Badley stuff for the show for the last couple weeks, stuff that we have never played before. This one's from Up There Down Here, called "Which One of You." Kind of like you ever meet somebody DC that's like two personalities. You don't know which one you're gonna get.
Right.
I think that's what this song is about.
Yeah.
We'll catch you next week.
Marlon Brando is alone tonight. I may be right, but then I don't know much about him. There's a part of you my system lacks, but through the cracks, it only shows in bits and pieces. I always feel I'm talking to the person who last talked to you. Your rabbit's foot and four-leaf clover only serve to run me over now. Which one of you will join me tonight? Which one of you will I see? Which one of you are you trying to hide from me? I never understood this posturing. The heart's a thing. It makes or breaks your reputation. If you were choking on excessive praise, I couldn't raise an army strong enough to save you. I always feel I'm talking to the person who last talked to you. Your rabbit's foot and four-leaf clover only serve to run me over now. run me over now.